Hello and warm welcome to all of you. Dear students, today I am here with the class 10 SS. Today we are going to learn chapter number 3 from history. The title of the chapter is Nationalism in India. First question arises, what do you mean by nationalism? Actually, if we have completed the chapter number 1, the rise of nationalism in Europe, then you all are clear with the meaning of nationalism. But we are going to start directly the chapter number 3, Nationalism in India. So first I would like to clear with the meaning of nationalism. Nationalism meaning, it means feeling of oneness towards country. It means love, respect, loyalty towards the country. Nationalism means feeling of oneness towards the country. It means love, respect and loyalty towards the country. It means, if need, the feeling of readiness to sacrifice the life for the sake of the country. This is we can call a nationalism. It means, if need, the feeling of readiness to sacrifice the life for the sake of the country, it is called nationalism. You have to keep in mind simple meaning. Nationalism means feeling of oneness towards the country, love for the country, respect for the country, loyalty towards the country, even readiness to sacrifice the life for the sake of the country. It is called nationalism. Now students, we are going to discuss the chapter with the use of textbook. Now the first topic of the textbook is the First World War. Actually I have written the impact of First World War. In the years after 1919, we see the national movement spreading to new areas, incorporating new social groups and developing new modes of struggle. In the early part of 20th century, we have idea about that. In most part of the world, anti-colonial movement, anti-colonial struggle was started by the people of different countries. How do we understand this development? What implication did they have? Why this movement started in new form? Why people started such movement? So as I explain you, because of this nationalism feeling. First of all, the war created new economic and political situation. The First World War was fought between Axis and Allied power. The duration of war was 1914 to 1919. Almost at the end of 1918, the First World War was ended. Now, what was the effect of the First World War on Indian economy? We are going to discuss. First impact of the First World War is that it created new economic and political situation in India. It led to huge increase in defense expenditure, which was financed by the war loans and increasing taxes. The war is going on. India was not the direct part of the First World War, but Britishers, they were ruling over India. So because of Britain was the most powerful, actually Britain played very important role in First World War, and Britishers were ruling over India. So the defense expense of India also increased. Now when expense increased, so now government decided to supplement it, to get it. So they decided to increase taxes. It was the impact of First World War in India. India was not a direct part of the First World War, but Britain was the part of the First World War, and defense expense of Britain increased. So they decided to increase taxes in India because they were ruling over India. Custom duties were raised and income tax introduced. So they decided to increase taxes. So they increased custom duties. They introduced new tax in the form of income tax. So by this way, they are able to get the money. Through the war years, price increased, doubling between 1913 and 1918, leading to extreme hardship for the common people. At the time of war, the prices of the prices of food increased, almost double between the period of 1913 to 1918. This was the impact of First World War. We are discussing here. Because of increasing prices, the common people, they suffer a lot. Villages were called upon to supply soldiers, and forced recruitment in rural area caused widespread anger. Britain was the part of First World War, so they are ruling over India. So they forced Indian villagers to join the British army. Here, forced recruitment. Forced recruitment actually they using force to join the army. So because of it, widespread anger was spread all over the villages, all over the India. People, they not ready to join the army, but by force they had to join. Then in 1918-19 and 1920, crops failed in many parts of India, resulting in acute shortage of food. During the war period from 1914 to 1918, as we discussed that prices of the food increased. Another extreme situation come when there is a crop failure, and because of the crop failure, it resulted into the shortage of food. Less production is there, and because of less production, the prices again increased. This was accompanied by influenza epidemic, and then after this period was followed by the epidemic in the form of influenza. This is one type of disease. In that disease, many people were died. According to the census of 1921, 12 to 13 million people perished as a result of famine and epidemic. This was the impact of First World War on India. Political situation, economic situation actually created new political and economic situation. They increased the taxes because of the war expense. Even the prices of the food grain increased. It was followed by the crop failure. Because of it, again prices increased. Then after, it was followed by influenza epidemic. So according to the census of 1921, 12 to 13 million people died in this famine situation because of the shortage of the food, and even because of this influenza epidemic. So many people were died. So these were the impact of First World War on Indian economy. People hoped that their hardship would end after the war was over, but that did not happen. At this stage, a new leader appeared and suggested new mode of struggle. People hoped that after the end of the First World War, their situation become good, but this could not happen. This could not happen. So here, new leader emerged in the freedom struggle of India, and he suggested new method of opposition against Britishers. So now we are going to discuss about the idea of Satyagraha. Actually, all of you have idea about our national father, Mr. Mohandas Karamchand Gandhi. So Gandhiji returned to India in January 1915. As you know, he had come from South Africa, where he had successfully fought the racist regime with the novel method of mass agitation. Gandhiji returned from South Africa after the successful fight against the racial discrimination in 1915. When he returned to India, he showed the situation, he studied the situation of India. So he suggested a method of novel mass method of Satyagraha. Now what do you mean by Satyagraha? Actually, Satyagraha means is a novel way of fighting the colonial rule in India. Gandhiji showed a new way to fight against Britishers by his Satyagraha. It is a non-aggressive. Now what is Satyagraha? Satyagraha is a non-aggressive, peaceful mass agitation against oppression and injustice. Satyagraha is a new method to fight against Britishers. It is a non-aggressive movement. It is a peaceful mass agitation against unjust and oppressive rule of Britishers. Gandhiji insisted on truth. Satya means truth. Satya means truth. So from the beginning, Gandhiji insisted about truth. So it is a model force, not passive resistance. Satyagraha is a model force. It is a not passive resistance. In January 1915, when Gandhiji returned to India from South Africa, he adopted this method of Satyagraha to fight against Britishers. Here I would like to inform about three important Satyagraha led by Mr. Gandhi. First, it was in 1916. Gandhiji traveled to Champaran in Bihar to inspire the peasants to struggle against the oppressive plantation system. Now dear students, here very important Satyagraha. Actually, Gandhiji provided leadership in 1916. Champaran Satyagraha. This is very important because from chapter number 3, Nationalism in India, in board exam, 2 marks map question is there. So you have to keep in mind all the freedom events of India. So here in 1916 Champaran, Mr. Gandhiji provided leadership against oppressive plantation system in Bihar, in Champaran. Then in 1917, Gandhiji led the peasant Satyagraha in Khera, Gujarat against the oppressive revenue system by the British government. Khera Satyagraha in 1917. Gandhiji provided leadership against this oppressive revenue system with the demand relaxation in revenue. So it was in 1970. Then again in 1918, Gandhiji provided leadership to support the cotton mill worker for better wages. In 1916, Champaran Satyagraha was organized by Mr. Gandhi against oppressive plantation system. In 1917, Khera Satyagraha was organized by Mr. Gandhi with the demand in relaxation in revenue for the peasants of Khera. In 1918, Gandhiji organized Ahmedabad Cotton Mill Satyagraha to support the demand of the worker for the better wages. So today we have discussed three important points: meaning of nationalism, the impact of First World War, and the third, the idea of Satyagraha, and three important Satyagraha which were organized by Mr. Gandhi in 1916, 17 and 18. With this, I would like to conclude my today's lecture. We will meet again with the next part of the chapter very soon. Thank you very much.